Well, here it is, my Audio-technica lp1240 USB professional direct drive turntable. And let's give you a little quick scan of what it looks like. And it's a pretty good looking turntable. It's got a metal top here and it's painted really nice glossy black. It's got a solid rubber base all underneath there. This is a pretty good high quality turntable with a very good price point. I picked this up for $349 and it's definitely worth all the money that I paid for it. Not very much, like I said, but you get the super OEM motor in there. I think it comes in at about 4.5 grams of torque, which is better than a lot of turntables, even better than Mighty Techniques. And a lot of people could ask me, how do you compare them to Techniques? Well, I don't know what really to say about that, but you know, Techniques do have their name and they've been around for a long time. That's what they're famous for, their track record. But I'm gonna tell you, I really don't care about that, because we're not gonna know until this turntable's around for 20 years or so. That's when we'll know to say, is this as good as a 1200? But right now, as it sits, I think it's better than a 1200 because you have way more features. You got a selectable percentage on your pitch from 10 to 20 to 50, and then you have your adjustable speeds for the break and start, and you have 2 start and stop buttons. That's good for all the turntables out there, because you can have the start and stop button right next to you on both sides, so you don't have to reach over too much. And we got ourselves a little 45 holder there, a nice metal 45. It's pretty nice to have there. And this has the removable target light. That's something that's better than a 1200, because I know if your target light goes off or out in the 1200, you got to do some surgery on it. You got to open it all up. This one, you just got to order another one and just put it in right there. And it's a nice bright LED light. You might even be able to just replace it yourself if you could get that open right there. If the LED ever goes out. And the platter underneath does have the rubber insulated bottom in there, just like a 1200. And it's got these nice lights all over it, nice blue lights. It's really a good looking turntable. The buttons feel really nice. They got a nice little click to it when you start and stop, which starts and stop on a dime because of that strong brake and a strong motor. And I really like the feel of these buttons. They don't feel cheap. They got a nice little click to it. And sometimes on the 1200s, if you don't push it right in that square, it's not going to stop all the time. For this, every time. And back here we have the outputs, which is a really thick, heavy gauge RCA cable, which is replaceable. Another good thing that's better than the 1200s is that your RCAs get pinched, which happens a lot when you're traveling in cases with these. People always slam their RCAs, because I get a lot of them brought to me, and I'm repairing a lot of 1200s because of that reason. Now right here, you don't need to do that. You don't need to send your stuff off to a shop to get this thing fixed. If you ever bust your RCAs up, you just change them out. Your ground too, And it's got a little USB port there for transferring your vinyl to digital onto your computer. And it's got a switchable phono to line. This already has a preamp in it, so you can just throw it right into your speakers or whatever. You got some powered speakers or an amp you could just hook it up to without having to ground it. That's a pretty good feature. And this comes with the S-shaped tone arm. It's all metal. It's got the hydraulic lift here to keep your cartridge off the turntable, and you can lower that down if you want. That's always something nice. I always like that. And you got your quartz lock button there. You also got a reverse button here. So there's a lot of features on here that don't come on the 1200 that make life a lot easier. You know, you have the stronger motor, you got the replaceable RCAs, power cord even. I'm trying to show you that. It's got a power cord right there, just like a little 3-prong, just like something you hook to your computer and stuff like that. So that's all that's interchangeable. It makes life a lot easier. But it was really a nice turntable. And just like I said, until I have these for about 20 years, I won't be able to say anything about the longevity of this turntable. But it feels pretty solid. There's nothing cheap about it except the price. And they come with a little slip mat. I don't really like that because it has looks like it's screened on, and that's gonna rub off on your vinyl or whatever. So I would just get some slip mats. Don't use that. Maybe you're just playing it, but if you're like me, you're doing a lot of scratching and beat juggling and stuff like that, just get a regular slip mat that's really made for that. But yeah, this thing performs pretty good. And every heavy scratching, mixing, all the pitch works really good. That motor stays pretty steady, even with the heavy hand guys. You know, that motor, you can push it really hard on that thing, and it takes a lot. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to ruin my turntable. But my hands aren't that heavy. I'm pretty light. So if you're looking for a cheap alternative to a 1200 or whatever they got coming out now, I'm telling you, get this thing. It's really nice. You know, it's got everything you need. Boom, there, look at it there. Yeah, that's a nice looking turntable. So alright, I'm done babbling about that. So thanks for checking me out, watching my video, and go get this turntable. It's fucking sick. Peace.